If you are in your 40s or 50s and thinking about retirement, even early retirement, there is one cost that can quietly destroy your entire plan. Not housing, not food, not even inflation. It is healthcare. And the problem is, most people do not realize how big this gets until it is too late. You can do everything right. Save, invest, avoid debt, and still watch your plan fall apart because of one gap most people never model correctly. Today, we are breaking that down. Quick note before we get into it. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, CPA, or attorney, and this is not financial, legal, or tax advice. Full disclaimer is in the description. Okay, let's get into it. Here is the core idea. Your retirement plan is not just an income plan. It is a healthcare funding plan. And if you are retiring or even slowing down before age 65, you are entering a zone where costs are high, subsidies are complicated, and the risks are almost always underestimated. This is the pre-65 healthcare gap, and it is one of the biggest blind spots in retirement planning. Problem number 1, you're on your own until 65. Medicare does not start until age 65. That is the hard line. If you retire at 55, that is 10 years you need to fully fund your own healthcare. If you retire at 60, that is still 5 years. And here is what most people do not account for. Employer-sponsored insurance is heavily subsidized. Once you leave your job, that subsidy disappears. You are now paying full market price. That is where most early retirement plans start to crack. Problem number 2, marketplace plans are not cheap, and in 2026, they got significantly more expensive. A lot of people assume they will just get an ACA marketplace plan and call it done. But here's what the numbers actually look like right now. For a couple in their late 50s without subsidies, you are looking at anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 or more per month in premiums alone. And that is before deductibles, before co-pays, before any out-of-pocket costs. And this situation just got worse. The enhanced premium tax credits that had been in place since 2021 expired at the end of 2025. Congress did not extend them. That means ACA marketplace premiums jumped more than 20% on average in 2026, and the subsidy cliff is back. If your household income exceeds 400% of the federal poverty level, which for a couple is roughly $67,000, you lose subsidy eligibility entirely in 2026. That is a significant change that hits early retirees especially hard. Even with subsidies, your cost depends on your income, your filing status, and where you live. Which brings us to problem number 3. Problem number 3, your income planning becomes your healthcare planning. This is the part most people completely miss. Your retirement withdrawals directly determine your healthcare premiums and your subsidy eligibility. Pull too much income in a given year, and you can cross a threshold that costs you thousands of dollars in lost subsidies almost overnight. So the question is not just how much income you need. The question is how you structure and control that income. Because where your money comes from in retirement directly affects what your healthcare bill looks like every single month. Problem number 4. People dramatically underestimate the total number. According to Fidelity's 2025 retiree healthcare cost estimate, a 65-year-old individual retiring today can expect to spend an average of $172,500 on healthcare and medical expenses throughout retirement. Per person. For a couple, that is roughly $345,000, and that is after Medicare kicks in at 65. So, if it costs that much after Medicare starts, the years before age 65 are absolutely not the cheap part of your plan. Problem number 5. Sequence risk combined with a health event. Early retirement already carries market risk, specifically the risk that the market drops right when you start pulling money out. Now add a major medical event on top of that. High deductibles. Large out-of-pocket costs. Suddenly you are forced to take bigger withdrawals than planned. Those bigger withdrawals increase your taxable income. Higher taxable income reduces your subsidy eligibility. Lower subsidies raise your premiums. And rising premiums force even larger withdrawals. That is the domino effect. And it is how healthcare turns a manageable bad year into a plan that never fully recovers. Now here's what most people completely miss. Healthcare is not a fixed expense. It is dynamic. It changes based on your withdrawal strategy, your tax strategy, and how your accounts are structured. That means two people with the exact same savings can end up paying completely different healthcare costs in retirement, so that just because of how they set things up. So what do you actually do about it? Step 1. Model the gap. Do not guess. Do not estimate loosely. Build a real healthcare budget for every year between your retirement date and age 65. Include premiums, deductibles, and realistic out-of-pocket costs. If you retire at 55, that is a 10-year line item that needs real numbers attached to it. Step 2. Understand how subsidies actually work. Learn the income thresholds. Understand what counts as income for ACA purposes. Know that with the subsidy cliff back in 2026, income management is not optional. It is one of the most important financial decisions you will make in early retirement. This is where people lose thousands of dollars without ever knowing why. Step 3. Control your income sources. You need flexibility. That means having a mix of pre-tax accounts, Roth accounts, and taxable brokerage accounts, because the source of your income determines how much healthcare costs you. A Roth withdrawal does not count as income for ACA purposes. A traditional IRA withdrawal does. That distinction alone can be worth thousands of dollars a year in lower premiums. Step 4. Use a health savings account strategically if you are eligible. An HSA has a triple tax advantage. You get a tax deduction on contributions going in, tax-free growth while the money is invested, and tax-free withdrawals when you use the money for qualified medical expenses. Over time, a well-funded HSA becomes a dedicated healthcare reserve that lets you cover costs without adding to your taxable income. According to Fidelity, only 3 in 10 people are actually investing their HSA assets, which means most people are leaving significant growth potential on the table. Step 5. Plan for worst-case scenarios, not just average years. Model the year where you hit your out-of-pocket maximum. Model the year you need a procedure or a hospital stay. If your plan only works when everything goes smoothly, it is not a real plan. Real planning means stress testing the hard years before they happen. Step 6. Consider bridge strategies. You do not have to go from full-time work to zero income overnight. Part-time work, consulting, freelancing, or delaying full retirement by even a year or two can dramatically stabilize your healthcare costs. Keeping some earned income can also help you qualify for employer coverage or manage your ACA subsidy eligibility more effectively. Here is the bottom line. Most retirement plans do not fail because people did not save enough. They fail because healthcare was not planned correctly, the cost was underestimated, the income thresholds were not understood, and the pre-65 gap was treated like a minor detail instead of one of the most expensive line items in the entire plan. If you understand this now, you are operating at a completely different level than most people. Because now you are not guessing. You are designing. If this video helped you see something you had not thought about before, hit that like button. Share this video with someone you know who is planning to retire soon. Help get this information out there. And if you want to go deeper on the income and account strategies we talked about today, I have videos on tax diversification, how Roth accounts work, and the optimal order to fund your retirement accounts. All linked in the description. Now, if you are serious about building a retirement plan that actually accounts for all of this, I wrote a book that goes way deeper than any single video can. It is called FIRE Movement. Stop trading time for money and build freedom. A practical guide and workbook to financial independence and retiring early. Inside, you will find a clear FIRE path, worksheets to map out your actual numbers, and step-by-step tools to build a plan that holds up, including the parts most people skip, like healthcare and tax strategy, plus real-world scripts for things like asking for a raise or talking about money without freezing up. If you are ready to go from I get it to I am doing it, grab the book. Scan the QR code on screen or hit the link in the description. Drop a comment below. Did you already have a healthcare plan built into your retirement number, or is this something you had not fully thought through yet? Let me know where you are with it. Until next time, keep building.